My voice is not quiet. It is fine.
That was fine.
That was fine.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Visitor Parking Podcast. I'm your host, Alex Vargas, and today we've got a guest, my wife. She is here in the podcast studio, none other than our basement. Welcome, Caitlin Vargas.
Hello. Thank you, Alex Vargas.
Oh, boy. All right, we've got a good one today, guys. So Caitlin actually got me into Mormon Wives. Well, first, when she tried to get me into swinging, that was the first part of it. Actually, when I first met her, she told me about these swingers that she knew out in California or Utah, and it turned out to be...
Let me make a very, very clear distinction between knowing and knowing of. I just was like not following them on TikTok, but I knew them from TikTok because they blew up about their swinging. At first, I liked them because I was like, oh, they're young moms. Like, they're like, you know, somewhat close to my age. And like, they're so successful on like social media and like have their own little group and everything. And then they like blew up because of the swinging incidents.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know about the Mormon Wives, these are the girls from Momtok, which is referring to TikTok. Basically, in Utah, they're part of a girl gang, as my wife explained it to me, where they blew up because they got caught in like a swinging scandal. There are a bunch of young moms out in Utah, a bunch of hot young moms out in Utah, like this one from Virginia. But basically, Taylor Frankie Paul was a swinger with Miranda, who doesn't get revealed till like the second season. And that's what really blew them up. But I guess their accounts were really for like empowering women, young hot moms. Basically, like in a culture that's based on Mormonism, like any religion, you know, the women kind of are on the bottom of the pyramid. And that's true in society, like Women's History Month in March. I think that's what we're in right now. Maybe that was, no, yeah, this is woman. Did you know this is Women's History Month?
No, I knew it was Women's Day the other day.
Yeah.
But also, Taylor Frankie Paul I only knew of her before the swinging scandal because she used to like catfish about having like real long like hair, and she used to like make videos of like how she only washes her hair once a week and that this is how she does it, and she would tell everybody on social media that it was her real all natural hair. And
I forgot about that. That was so long ago.
That wasn't the case. Like, it was extensions. That's the reason why it was so thick and so long. But she used to tell everybody, like back when I first found her.
Was this the bathtub?
Yeah, like where she would like wash it in the bathtub, and like she would show you how she does it, and then like that's her real hair. And like if you do this, you wash your hair once a week, like your hair will be so long and so thick and healthy.
Yeah, basically, I didn't know anything about that, obviously. I just saw, like, I just knew them because they were, like, hot swingers.
Yeah, well, that's, like, how I knew I started seeing her stuff, and then from her stuff, like, I started seeing a ton of, like, young moms posting stuff, but they're all from Utah, and they're all Mormons, and that's, I guess, probably why they're all young and, like, had kids. And then I started seeing a bunch of, like, Michaela's stuff, and like back before she like even was friends with them, like, and like followed her story because like she had a kid with her husband when she was 16 and like all of this stuff, but she wasn't even part of that. And like she used to be like really sweet, and then like I feel like this new season that just got aired, like she's just kind of turned
had
into
a kid
like,
at 16 back where we're from. We call that little... Not, I don't want to say.
Well, her husband was,
I think, 21.
Trashy. I think 21 at the time.
It's not trashy to have a kid that young. It's definitely, you know, depending on the color of your skin, though, they might call it ghetto. But the more we talk about these girls objectively, the more the ghetto they sound to me, because it's like they're just these fake kind of, I don't know, like pregnant at 16, teen mom. Wow. They're teen moms. That one.
Well, but that's because, like, Michaela had a really sad story. Like, she had a lot of, like, really, like, traumatic things that happened in her when she was young. But, yeah, she met her boyfriend, Jace, her husband.
Okay.
I think he was I think when she was 16, he was like 21.
So could you name for us all the Mormon wives off memory, starting from any order, I guess.
Well, there's Taylor, then there's Whitney, Macy, Michaela, Jen, Miranda, Layla,
Demi,
but she's not really in it anymore.
Demi.
She's just kind of retarded.
can't say. We guess we can say that on the pod. That's not going to cut that out. Yeah, cut that one out. It won't be cut out.
She's emotionally very unintelligent.
I see your true colors. Brett, you're off fucking key. It's not what we discussed in the car.
Yeah, can you you're a little flat.
You're
Can you actually just take that off so then you can hear yourself and how horrible you sound? Because you sound like a dumbass.
That would be us in the booth every 5 seconds. Hey, honey, you're breathing funny. Are you breathing funny?
You're breathing really heavy. Like all I can hear is your breath is going.
No, literally, she's like,
knock that off. Stop breathing and start singing good because you're making me look bad. You're embarrassing me.
She is so hot though. Do you think Brett is hot? He kind of looks like Aquaman a little bit.
I think when it first started, I thought that Demi and Brett were like very like a good looking couple. Yes, but since like I've gotten like through the show, obviously I don't know them, but like since I've gotten to know them through the show, I can't stand them, and like their personalities have ruined any looks that they have. And I think they're just not
yeah, that was one thing that was shocking because like as I started to watch the show, I was like God, these girls are really hot for like being moms because they're all like what? They were 23, 25 when they started.
Yeah. If like most of them I think were married like probably by the
time and you were watching it as a young mom. So I definitely see why like a lot of people got so hooked to the show because they saw these young, beautiful moms.
Well, it's like you like watching like what you're like you can relate to, you know? And so it's like I could relate to, oh, they're young moms. I was like, okay, like that's cool. Like I would love to have also like young mom friends, like, you know, that sort of thing. So I liked that. But then it just like got so crazy, I feel like.
Yeah.
And like they just like completely changed.
Yeah, I know.
Like, and like like everybody changes throughout the year, so that's pretty normal.
All right, so the viewers have brought this in. So if you could describe Momtok, what is Momtok?
I think what it's
keep it short, Queen.
Well, I think there's two different things. It's what it started, like what their mission was in the beginning, versus what it's turned into now.
They have a mission?
Well, you know, just like their like why it started. So yeah, it's like, you know, it started to connect with other young moms that are all in the same religion, like, and do fun TikToks, like grow their, you know, influencers, like supporting women, like that sort of thing. And then I feel like now it's like blown up and obviously like pretty much everybody knows who they are or have like seen their videos or the show at least. And so now I feel like it's just like, it's great. Like it's given them a lot of opportunity, obviously.
Yeah, a lot of clout, a lot of money.
It's also like just made it such a business where I feel like they're so like petty and kind of like mean, and they like banish like certain friends
they got I think the second season was it the second or I feel like when they started getting really famous was what last I feel like end of second season going into third was when I started noticing that it felt like the fame was getting to them, and like second and third season was them trying to decide who was the leader of Momtok. Like it was all about popularity.
Yeah, but the leader's always
who is
Taylor.
Okay, that was my next question. So the leader of Momtok, who is the leader of Momtok right now?
I mean, it's always been Taylor, and it probably always will be Taylor. But Taylor is like, don't get me wrong, I like Taylor because she's very like real with who she is, even though she's crazy. Yeah. Like she does not hide it from anyone, so it's not like fake, like where like she's crazy off screen and then
she's like crazy on both,
perfect on screen kind of thing. Like she's kind of a mess. Like she's kind of a mess. I mean, like I get like she's got a lot of her own issues, like everybody, but at least like she's very like, I just feel like she's very who she is, no matter who's there or who she's with, which is like nice, but she is
Okay. Who has the strongest personality in the group?
Probably Taylor or Jess.
I feel like Jesse has the strongest, like, I wouldn't have said this last season, but I feel like at stronger personalities, I feel like Jesse's always in the mix.
But she's always in the middle.
Like a strong person.
Like also though,
she's
like
a millionaire though.
Yeah.
So is Jessie the only millionaire without the show?
I think so.
But maybe she wouldn't be a millionaire without the show. But I guess you said she had hair extensions and stuff.
Well, she's always had like hair extensions, but I'm sure like she's made like tons more since the show and becoming an influencer, because now people I think will travel to see her to get her to do their hair. And then I think she has like she's got like several things attached with like I think hair and
okay. All right, next question. Is the drama actually real or mostly for the cameras? And I feel like you kind of just went into this without me even asking you when you said they're like that's Taylor's the same on and off camera.
I don't know. I feel like it's probably like they have the same drama, but do I think it's like made to be way more? Like, yes, I think that they overplay it and make it super more like way more dramatic than like it probably would be off cameras. Because like that's what people want to watch.
Yeah, that'd be true.
Like people want to be like, oh my God, did you see that? That was fucking crazy. Like so-and-so did this, they said that, like, oh my gosh, because then it makes like you want to keep watching and like following along for the story to see like what the end is.
I agree. All right, next question. This is a good one. Who has changed the most since the show started?
I honestly think Michaela.
Oh, yeah, like so. I mean, I feel like she was the most unmemorable one in the beginning.
Well, yeah, because she just like didn't really ever say anything. Like she just kind of like sat there, like she was part of it, but she was very quiet and reserved. And then I feel like this past season, like a little bit last season, she started to get more of her voice and everything. But I feel like now this season, it's her and Macy like spearing everything and kind of being mean girls, like mean girling everyone.
I haven't seen
it. It's like, I get it. Like, yeah, speak up and say like your truth. But I feel like they're being a little
extra mean.
Extra.
I feel like this season I haven't seen them be as mean as they were being last season. God, I feel so gay for talking about this. But I love me some more. I feel like this season though, I haven't seen them being as mean as they've been in prior seasons. But like maybe they have less to play with. I can tell. Who do you think starts it, Michaela or Macy? Because they're definitely they're a man haters group. They're M&M should be M&H, man haters, MHU, man haters university, between Michaela and Macy, because they both do not like men.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like they both have a lot of like, like abuse and trauma in their background. So like that probably just feeds into like, them being probably harsher on a lot of people.
Could you not play with the cord that's connecting our whole podcast to the laptop, please? All right. Who secretly enjoys the drama the most, do you think, on the show? Who eats it up? Who's eating up the drama?
I think probably Macy and Michaela.
I think it's Jordan this season.
For the boys? Yeah, definitely Jordan.
I think we're talking about the show as a whole. It feels like Jordan, and that's what the whole internet is saying right now, is that Dadtok has hijacked the entire show.
Dadtok is definitely this season. It seems like I haven't watched all of it, but it definitely seems like Dadtok is very much trying to come in to get like kind of like the clout, like kind of run off their wife, so then they can like make a name for themselves. And Jordan is definitely and always has been like, the one that I feel like plays the most into like everything and wants it all. And then we'll be like, oh, I won't say anything. I'll keep that a secret. And then he's just like, so guess what, guys? I can't tell you, but like, I know something.
Yeah, Jordan, you're such a little bitch, dude. You're such a little bitch. I mean, I think he's definitely like, if I were to join Dadtok, I would prefer probably like Chase leading the group or somebody with a stable marriage. So honestly, I feel like the Dadtok leader should be Whitney's husband.
Yeah,
He's like
I
the
feel
nicest
like,
one.
yeah, I definitely feel like Whitney's husband, Connor, is literally like, seems like the nicest, like, most genuine guy out of all of them.
Yeah, so
Like,
Connor, if you're
just
watching
so
this, we
nice.
want you as the leader of Dadtok,
And
or at least you have
honestly,
my
like,
vote.
Whitney's really grown on me. Like, I could not stand her
Yeah.
the first 3 seasons. Like, she just was so annoying. Like, always just so annoying.
I think the whole internet will agree with you that Whitney was like started on a villain arc, and maybe not even a villain arc. She was just she felt like a tryhard, but like,
Yeah.
was the tryhard just that she was like bigger than these girls and like had like, I don't know. She has a lot of talents. I mean, she got on Dancing with the Stars. She's now on Broadway. What I love about Whitney too is how she took that guy with her. So the guy who made her famous on Dancing with the Stars, or like her partner, she took him to Broadway.
Oh, really?
And so like she did her first couple Chicago shows, but now he's coming and doing it with her.
Oh, I didn't know
Mark
that.
Ballas,
Yeah, I like
the guy
Mark.
from Traders. Shout out Mark Ballas from Traders.
like
Honorary Momtok member, perhaps. Would you join Momtok
No.
if you were invited
No.
at this point?
No.
Why not?
No, definitely not. I think that everybody just is way too much in everybody's business and like making everything like such a personal attack. Like if
Yeah.
you say like, oh, I'm like burnt out and like I hate committing to things because I just get like social anxiety and like burnt out really fast on that sort of stuff. So I could definitely not do that. It is very much, I think, a business and it is less friendship now, and that just seems exhausting with how much they're doing.
Yeah, that was getting to my next question. Do people want to know, is Momtok a friendship or a business at this point?
I think it started as a friendship, but I definitely think that now it is more of a business. Just because it's like, even what was the one thing that we were watching? Oh, for Macy's book release that they showed on it, and how Whitney was just burnt out. She was flying
Macy's
back
book
so
release.
much, like not like she was having mom guilt, like exhausted doing Dancing with the Stars during this time.
Second Macy event you missed,
Yeah.
Whitney.
And then like all of the girls were there, and like Macy had bullied Jessie into not doing Unwell event because of that, and it became very much like all the girls were like, yeah, why isn't she here? Like, oh, it's a business. It's not like supporting your friend. Like, yeah, that was like in there too. But it was like, you have to do this. Like, same thing with even Demi. Like, they're like, oh no, she has to be here. Like, what the hell is she? Why is she not here? Like, all of them were getting so upset, even though they all hate Demi. Like, they were getting upset that she wasn't there after the reunion. And so it's very much, it's a business.
Okay.
Like, you guys, like, you didn't show up, so like you didn't show up to work. Like, this is BS.
That'd be
kind of
true,
thing.
yeah, because if they're
Not
all in
just
the
like,
business
oh, you
together.
didn't show up to support your friend. It's, you didn't show up and we're all here because this is work.
Yeah. Does the internet agree with that? Does the internet agree that Whitney basically got famous off the show, took her piece of the business, and then ran off with it and didn't help anybody else, basically? Is that what you're saying?
No.
I didn't make that up.
It's not what I was saying at all.
I don't think. Okay, let me cut that part. Did Whitney? I guess what I would ask the internet is: did Whitney basically get famous from doing Momtok, go off and do Dancing with the Stars Broadway, and then now she's the one who said it's a business and is now not going back to support her fellow businessmen who helped her get back? In the eyes of business, I would say that's bad partnership if she didn't go back and support Macy, even though, yes, she had to fly a whole day to Utah and then back to LA. But if Macy is part of the reason that Whitney got famous, I feel like Whitney's basically just saying, I took my piece and I'm out. So she does kind of come and go as she pleases. But it is also such a gray area because I do feel for her. Because like when I commit to plans, but I do have kids, I'm like, my kids are the ones who are going to be affected by it. They're already affected by me working or this or that. So like I got her struggle not going to Macy's book thing.
Like,
it was just timing.
I think it's valid for her, like that she didn't, like she was burnt out and didn't want to go and was just too much. But yeah, like I do also see how it's like, well, that is your friend. Like, and yes, like you have all of these opportunities because of this group of women. So it's like, yeah, like understand her side, and then I understand the other
Mm-hmm.
side too. It's just but Whitney's also been super like open about the fact that like all the girls had the same opportunities, like they're all famous and everything. So all of them had the same opportunity to get on Dancing with the Stars as she did.
They did, I
Yeah, like
guess.
all of them did. Like Jen got on it, then anyone could get on. Like no offense to Jen, but gosh, she has just been so annoying this season. Like I can't stand her. I mean all season she's been annoying, but like especially this season, I can't stand her husband.
Yeah, are
Uh,
they so it was a divorce thing? So are they getting divorced or not? Was that fake?
I don't know. I
Because
haven't
they look.
watched all of
I
it.
saw another
I
TikTok
just
and they
know
were on
that
it.
like it seems like everyone is like
Picking it back up on divorce. That's one thing. Like me and Katie were talking about was like it feels like this show, this season 4, it feels like everybody looks like they're gonna get a divorce or like they don't know how close they are to like from the outsider's perspective. It looks like a lot of them could get divorced in this season. Like I wouldn't be surprised if at least 3 marriages did not survive Momtok.
but like I think it truly is probably because it's all so you have to marry in your religion. And I forget who it was. I think Miranda said something
Hmm.
like in like during the season in one of her confessional things. It was something like, yeah, you're looking in your area, in your religion, like who's available. And it's like you just find somebody that's good enough,
Mm.
And so they're getting married so young, which, like, some people that works out great, some people it doesn't. And then they're immediately having kids. So then they're having all these kids while being so young. And then it's like realizing, especially with these group of women, they're becoming the breadwinners in the family, So they're having like more opportunities. They're not so stuck in these relationships, just dependent on their husband to do, like to bring in the money and work and them just to have the kids and raise them. Like they have careers of their own. So I do think in the Mormon religion, from what it sounds like, there's very much like like a way the men run the household. They say what you can and can't do, kind of thing.
Yeah, like
And
most
then
extreme
yeah, like
religions, I feel like
most religions,
Muslims, Catholics,
yeah, so not
Protestants, like
just
every religion is male dominated.
yeah, very male
Unless you're like a
dominant.
feminist, spiritual, like in some
Yeah.
sort of a cult like that. But yeah, I mean, I would say, let's see what else. I mean, for the going back to the divorces, who would you say, like, if you had to bet a wager on who was going to get divorced in Mom Talk, which couple is most likely to get a divorce? You can only pick one.
I don't know.
If it weren't for the money, I think Jesse would divorce
Yeah.
Jordan like last 2 seasons ago. And that's,
But also, like,
but maybe
I
they
could
like it.
not imagine being married to Jen's husband. Like,
Zach.
ugh.
What-
Like, just what a small, inferior, insecure man.
Wait, so what, I don't understand. So this is something I don't. I feel like so who's your in your villains? The 2 villains of Dad Talk. Are you putting Jordan above? Are you putting Zach above Jordan?
I don't know. Because, like, obviously there's 2 sides to everything and you don't see what's off camera. So like you're only seeing such a small thing, but just from like yeah, obviously I
guess
know
Jesse's given Jordan a reason to kind of act up.
well,
Whereas I've
no,
never
but
seen Jen
Jordan
give.
was doing that. So no, so it sounded like yes, obviously Jesse like had that thing with Marciano or whatever, but it sounded like from the other season or whatever. Yeah, last season, season 3, I think, that Jordan was super verbally, emotionally like abusive to Jesse. And so Jesse already had like they're already having issues that just they never shared and showed until last season. So like if that's the case, like obviously that's a horrible situation to be in, and I would like not like like that's just kind of hard. But also like we don't see any of that on screen. So going based off of just what we're seeing on screen, like yeah, he's annoying and I could not imagine being married to him. Also though, having Jen's husband, like he is just the most insecure, like is always saying things to like, even like the episode we watched, it was like he was just like, you going on Dancing with the Stars, that was not plan A, plan B, or C.
When they're at their dinner.
And you're making all these TikToks and dancing with another man. It's just like, oh my God, like how small is your penis? Like, why are you so insecure about your wife having a career and like you taking care of your kids that you got her pregnant with? Like, grow the fuck up.
I will say, as the petty little bitch in me can definitely relate to some of these insecurities, because it's like, how it is. Like when I watch our daughter for like an hour or something, I deserve like a trophy, a medal.
Yeah.
If it's a whole night, like you're going to happy hour this week, like I feel like the insecure part of me wants a parade just for doing what's expected of a parent.
What I do all the time.
Yeah,
like, what nothing. Like
what
women
moms do
this all the time, and like don't. Like we're lucky if we get like, oh, thank you. Like, wow, you're doing such a good job.
Thank
we're
you.
lucky we
Thank
get,
you.
Flowers, whatever.
Thank you.
But like, he's just like doing all of this and talking about how hard it is. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure it is hard. But like, you wouldn't even bat an eye with your wife doing it. So like, why should she when she's the one that's carrying
of his
your
comments
family?
Were very like, I was like seeing myself in some moments where it was like,
yeah, it was just like gross. It was just
he's like you like I watch the kids all the time, like they miss you, like this is not right. Yeah. Meanwhile, it's like I'll go to work for a full day and be like, peace.
Like just this is like also though, it's just like there is so much expectations placed on like mothers and like you having to be a certain role. And then fathers are just allowed to be like, kind of just check out.
They're praised just for showing up,
whatever.
just for the bare minimum.
Bare minimum. Like a dad changes a diaper or is with a kid playing for like a couple minutes. And everyone's like, oh my God, good job. You're such an amazing dad. Oh my gosh, look at him. Versus a mother doing that. It's like, wow, that's just, it's just expected.
I will say like Connor, like Whitney's husband has made me like, now that I'm a more experienced dad of an 8-year-old and a 3-year, almost a 3-year-old now, I definitely feel like he's a better dad in person because like he doesn't, dude, he's not as like insecure when it comes to, like he's actually giving Whitney like grace and being like, I got them, like you're good, like that's how a dad should act when he was like basically,
especially when it's just like. Yeah, like clearly, like he's sacrificing.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
His like career and stuff, so then she can pursue hers. But he's not. I mean, obviously, we don't see what's off camera, but like, it doesn't appear like he's like trying to guilt her, make her feel bad, or like expecting anything, from her of like some magical praise. Like he's their kid's dad too. Like he should be responsible of having to raise. Well,
I think Whitney has definitely trained him pretty good. It looks like she looks like she runs that household. Whitney wears the pants and like he's fine with it.
Yeah, but I think he's fine with that. Yeah. I think he's definitely like a more nurturing, like empathetic, like
I mean, I was thinking that I was like, does this guy even get laid? But then I'm like, he's got like 4 kids, so
yeah,
at least 4 times it's happening, and how it could take a little while to make a baby. So Connor, dude, can you not mess with the podcast, bro?
He's needy today.
He's needy. Okay. Let's see. What are some other questions? And we are answering some questions that you guys sent in. So thank you for this.
Who would you marry, kill, or fuck?
Which one is that? That's
no.
Just I was like, oh, that's a great question.
Out of all of them, who would you marry, kill, or fuck?
We need to Mormonize this term though, and call it like, who would you? I guess it's Who would you marry, kill?
That's just.
All right. I just for TikTok so I can say it. Who would you marry? I can't.
Who would you
KMF?
Yeah.
Who would you kill, marry, and romantically with? I would say, oh God, this is gonna sound bad. You want me to answer first?
Yeah.
Okay, then you can do one. You can do Dadtok. Okay. I would definitely marry Miranda.
Yeah.
Miranda.
She's the chillest.
Miranda has the chillest vibes. I think she has the best body, and she just seems like she seems like she's not looking for like praise for
drama.
everything she does or drama.
Yeah.
Like she just seems like she just wants to exist, and I
Yeah.
fuck with Miranda. And she's the way like so something I liked about Miranda was the way she handled that conversation with Taylor. She wasn't like, I need to pull you for a chat. The scene was so smooth. She was just like, have you eaten yet?
Yeah.
And then she like pulled it over.
then
I'm like,
she
that was
went,
smooth.
yeah.
And we're gonna run that clip. All right, so that's the one I'd marry. Terms of banging, I don't know. Probably like Macy or something.
Why Macy?
It's a big woman. That's a lot. That's a lot of woman there. And then Michaela can go.
God, that was rough. Okay.
Get her partner. Kill the other one. All right. I shouldn't have answered these questions. I feel bad. All right. Go ahead. All right. We're going to do kill, marry, fuck, dad talk. Kill, marry, romantic time with, dad talk.
Gosh.
First off, should we name the dad talk people first?
Yeah.
There's Chase, which is Macy's husband, right? Or no, Chase. Chase is Miranda's ex. Dakota's Taylor's ex. Jordan is with Jesse. Jason is with Macy.
Jace is with Michaela.
Or Jason.
Jacob is with Macy.
Okay.
And Zach is with Jen.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't like any of that.
All right. Start with Mary. Or whichever one you prefer, I guess.
Okay, so probably fuck Chase. That would be an easy one.
Okay, whoa. I actually am jealous now. See, this is the double standard. You said that so smoothly. I was like, no, we can't play this game. This game is over. This game is over. This game is over.
You want me to finish or no?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine to continue. Thank you. Yeah, I'm good. Honestly, I'm good.
Okay, so Chase, so do that. And then probably marry
Chase, if you're listening, don't talk to my wife.
Jace just seems like such a golden retriever husband and like so understanding. And
which one is Jace?
Jace is Michaela's husband.
Jace, Chase, they're all confusing names.
I know. And then I don't know, like Kill would have to be.
You'd marry Michaela's husband?
He just not like that. I think he's attractive because like he's not really my type. More just like he seems like such a nice, like he takes care of the kids, like he's there, he's understanding Michaela's.
Why'd you marry me?
Like, yeah, definitely. And then I don't know, for Kill it would be between like Jordan and Zach.
I didn't even talk about Zach. Yeah, you got to kill one of them. Who's you killing? You're killing. Just kill off Zach.
Probably Zach.
Yeah.
Like he just gives me little boy like gross.
Just
vibes.
because I think Jesse, I can definitely see having an equal part in the verbal and physical abuse.
I think that's
not physical, but I can definitely see Jesse
like
having a
both.
part. I don't see Jen doing anything wrong to Zach other than what, like, she's the typical, I'm doing what you asked me to and you still fucking hate me.
No, literally.
And he's over there like
everything is a problem. Like she changes and then he still finds like, oh well then there's this. And like, oh I've grown so much. And then he's just like, and then I'm seeing you do with other men that aren't me.
That was a prime example though. The exercise we just did. I was so happy to do kill, marry, fuck. As soon as you did it, I was like, ew, you whore. You can't do kill, marry, fuck. Like you only have eyes for one man.
Clearly.
Alex and Chase. I mean, Chase is cool though. I mean, Chase literally looks like fucking Channing Tatum or something.
I did not like him in the beginning, but like now, like the last even last season, like he started growing on me a little bit. But I think it's just honestly probably watching his TikToks, like they pop up on me all the time, and like he's just like funny. And then him and Miranda's relationship is just like it just seems like so funny and chill. Like they're both just like very chill people that I'm like, yeah, I don't know. That he's the best looking one out of all of them. I don't think Dakota is good looking at all. And like, I
think you're good looking, Dakota.
I don't. And like, you're annoying and you look like a crybaby. And I get that, like, it's not all, you're not like just the
Dakota.
toxic one. Like Taylor definitely is
Killjoy. Killing
so, like,
spree.
It's both of them. But the other ones, they don't.
Who would you? Okay. Who would you trust most in this group out of Momtok and Dadtok, I guess, with your secrets? Maybe we just do Momtok, so moms.
Oh God, probably none of them. But if
I feel like Miranda. She seems the most trustworthy.
Yeah,
Marriage material.
I would say, yeah.
You couldn't trust. I feel like feel like you couldn't trust any of those other girls.
It would be Miranda or Taylor, because I feel like if Taylor did tell anybody your secrets, she would straight up tell your face. Like, she would tell you the next time she saw you, like, yeah, I did. Like, sorry, that was fucked up.
Yeah.
And Miranda, I feel like maybe she wouldn't. But I know Michaela and Macy would be cackling about them telling everyone, and then would lie to your face about telling everyone.
Yeah.
Jessie, I think, would tell just because, like, she would be like,
Jessie would
right.
squeal.
Yeah.
Jessie would squeal her husband, and then he would tell everybody.
Jen would just tell her husband, and then her husband would tell everybody.
But I think that's what the show's so relatable about, too. Because first off, I'm 31. She's 26. So I feel like, sorry, I never reveal a lady's age. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay. I feel like the show's so relatable, too, because they're all our age. So it's like, it's that drama of like, oh, you go and you tell your girlfriend something. She tells her husband tells everybody. Mm-hmm. And it's like, it's not the girl who's gossiping. It's typically the husband who fucking lets something slip because his wife told him in privacy. That guy goes home and tells his wife. His wife has an absolute cow. Texts your wife. Your wife is pissed at you. Mm-hmm. Next thing you know, you're sleeping at the JW Marriott.
Yeah.
Isn't it weird how she goes to sleep at the Marriott? Didn't you find that a little weird? That tells me that to me that was like, oh, she'd be out there so she could call Mauriciano.
Yeah, it's definitely weird because I feel like it. But again, in this situation with all of these women, they have, like, it seems like Jessie has always been the breadwinner, like with her company, with her like hair salon and all of that stuff. Like, it seems like she's always been like.
Yeah, let's look that up.
So I guess I could see he's maybe more the caregiver of all the kids. And if that's the case, like, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Just like if you're looking at, if the mom is the caregiver, yeah, the dad's going to be going because he has to work and do all of that stuff.
Jessie not gonna took care of you.
You know?
Jessie Draper, also known as Jessie Natakoda. Is she Japanese? She was estimated to have a net worth of about $1.6 to $1.7 million. In her beauty business, Jay-Z Styles. Reality TV salary, she gets paid for the Hulu show, influencer brand deals, partnerships on TikTok and Instagram, product lines, and merch. Her estimated net worth is 1.6. Annual influencer earnings are predicted to be around $650,000 a year. So, I mean, she's worth a good penny.
Yeah, and it's like, what does her husband do? I don't think he does anything.
He was going to be... No, that was Zach, who was going to be a doctor.
Yeah.
Who quit.
So I don't know. So, like, I think that he's always probably been the caregiver.
Would you let me be a stay-home dad and take care of the kids if your career ever took off on Momtok?
Yeah. If, like, theoretically, like, yeah, if that happened, but also you're great with the kids, and this is not coming off like I'm not trying to hurt your feelings.
Starts huge fight on podcast.
I do not think
maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you shouldn't say it then.
I just don't know if you could do it or if I would.
I definitely don't have the patience that you have. I mean, but you know, it's like one of those things where it's like any of those movies where the dad or the mom dies and the dad has to take care of the kids. Like, really rough couple months, but then you get into once you stop fighting it.
Really rough couple years. Those kids look
really rough couple years. Really
rough until then the man finds another wife.
And the wife starts Taylor Frankie? Okay, let's. We only have time for a couple more questions here, but is Taylor Frankie Paul the most ghetto bachelorette they've ever had?
I've yet to see the Bachelorette. Hasn't aired yet, so I don't know. But I will say it definitely appears that way. Shout
out to I think it was like the Two Roses podcast, but these two black ladies were so funny. They were like, Taylor Frankie Paul is the most ghetto black girl the most ghetto girl they've ever had. First episode, it showed her getting arrested from her fighting physically with her baby daddy. The next episode is she is pregnant and with a recovering fentanyl addict. And then the season ends with it's just. Then she had another kid like 2 seasons later, the same guy who's now her ex, right? I thought so. Like didn't Dakota get her pregnant at the end of season 2 or 3, or was that season 1? All season 1, I'm thinking. I'm blending seasons.
Season 1, she broke up.
Okay.
She was divorcing and separated from her husband. She has 2 kids with her ex-husband.
Okay.
Then she met Dakota, and yes, she got into the fight and got arrested because they were fighting. Then she got pregnant with Dakota's kid. And then they broke up on and off, hooking up, fighting, like being so toxic. And they just can't. Yeah. I think he's a fentanyl recover. He's an addict. Like
he's some sort of
recovering.
The first season it showed they're definitely So honestly,
on top of like all of the swinging scandal.
How did they let her go on The Bachelor? I'm not saying The Bachelor's some prestigious show, but like
this is what I'm telling you.
This is a show people watch with their young moms and daughters watch The Bachelorette, and they're about to have Taylor, Frankie, Paul.
And The Bachelor. I think though, like also you have to look at The Bachelorette and like all of these dating like shows that did start because they were genuine, quote unquote, of like finding love. That is not what they're for anymore. They are now used just for these people to go on there. A bonus if they end up liking the person that they're with or trying to date or whatever. But it is just so they can get their name out. They can post on social media and become like an influencer.
Get their own brand
make a name
following.
for themselves. Like have a brand. Like that sort of thing. So like nowadays, like it's not for finding love and like getting married. It's just, maybe you'll walk away with a boyfriend or a girlfriend and like good for you. But like that's not what they're about. It's just, and I think also The Bachelorette and Bachelor are kind of losing relevancy and not having as many views and viewings. And
they don't have a young following anymore. It's
they're just getting people on there. It's like, okay, who are you? Like you're a contestant on one of the old seasons. Well, nobody's watching anymore. So by getting Taylor, Frankie, Paul,
kind of opens it up to other shows,
and like everybody knows her, everybody is going to watch it because of her. It doesn't matter.
This is actually huge for Taylor,
ghetto, or if she's there for the right reason,
or
if she walks away with a husband. Because guess what? ABC is gonna make a shit ton of money off of all of the viewing and everything for it, and that's at the end of the day, all of these are just businesses.
Dude, that was hot.
So
that was fucking hot. You're so hot.
But that's true. Like they're just so then you can make money.
It's everybody. I think clout is different than money. I think clout is fame, and I think money is money. Because I think I heard like they were talking about. She's like, I'm here for the money, not the clout.
Yeah.
Maybe I think clout is fame then.
Yeah, it's fame, but she's doing it for money, which you gotta survive.
Yeah, girl gotta make a living. I mean, would you let me join Dadtok if they like saw this episode and were like, you're in, buddy? I don't know what I would do.
You'd be the oldest one. Actually, no, maybe.
No, I think Dakota's old.
33, maybe 32.
Yeah, I think they're like a year or two old.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. We thought about joining a.
No, you like drinking and sex and all of these bad things that they don't approve of.
I think the dads all do drinking and sex. They all have tons of kids. That's the one some funny hot takes from this, or just noticeable things. Everybody, this season is getting ridiculous. There's a baby on a tit on every scene. Mm-hmm. Like, it's getting a little out of hand. And
because 3 of them had babies at the same time.
Yeah, it's getting a little out of hand. Can you imagine? Like, I really want to make a TikTok of being a baby. Listen, fuck you. Like, all these babies just sitting there, and these people are like, and they're doing this sober, too.
Did you finish? Did you enjoy it?
Did you finish?
The baby's there? Yeah.
Did you finish? Did you finish?
What position did you finish in?
So
then you did enjoy it. So you did like it.
Mom. Mom, he did. He did the upside down tilt. He did it with her. He did. He slapped it. Yeah.
God.
Oh, God. But yeah, we're going to finish. We should be able to finish it this week, hopefully. I mean, I don't know. Is it? Are you gonna finish?
Are you gonna finish?
I always finish, baby. You wanna?
Me too.
You wanna? Is it later yet?
No.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, honestly, the show's this season has been super negative in my opinion. It's been fun, but it's also I feel like
Just getting ridiculous.
Yeah, getting a little ridiculous. And since they're our ages, and like I've never had a divorce, never will, but like. It's just, but I can see that like it's kind of sad because I'm in those ages, so like I feel like I can tell like when what they're actually going through sometimes, and I'm like, ooh, like that's too far. Like shouldn't be saying that to her. Like he shouldn't be doing that kind of thing. Like you guys keep talking to each other like this, you're gonna get divorced. So it's definitely been a little bit darker of a season, I'd say. Like, did you hear they stopped breaking news? They stopped filming season 5. They have to pause it.
Wait, why?
I don't know. Apparently, like Taylor and Dakota got like a huge like there's Bachelor spoilers. Like maybe they're pregnant or something like that, or like maybe like something about like it could be a fight with like her current fiance. So like they had to stop filming season 5 because it got so bad between Taylor and Dakota.
Oh.
This is just a rumor I heard today.
Yeah, I don't know.
What else? You want to talk about anything else before we go wrap it up tend to our own baby and do our own mom talk and dad talk?
I don't think so. I think we covered a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we definitely covered a lot of ground. If you guys want to see this again, this is visitor parking. We cover a lot of topics. Normally I just do sports. I'm on here by myself. Had to bet my whole marriage on this podcast. We've tried this 3 times, and this is the first podcast we made it all the way through.
No fights.
I wasn't gonna out our relationship.
You almost walked off.
Yeah, maybe we end with a little kiss, a little smooches. One more kiss. One more kiss. I was just trying to go.
That's so gross.
Thank you guys. God bless America. God bless our troops.